When I was doing my presentation, then I tried to recall what I've done for the last 46 years. And I found out that these are the 3 major strategies which made a lot of money for me. But without my momentum and position trading strategy, I would not have accumulated enough resources, enough money to do all these things. All right, so I have to clear that up first. So the number 1 is capitulation. Number 2, informed speculation. And number 3, value investing. This is in 1987. And we saw the market. Before the market collapsed, we were seeing it already. We were in Merrill Lynch. And there we are. I remember I was talking to a person and I said, I think this market is breaking down. I don't know if you can see it. Before the breakdown, that white candle, we were there. It's 200-day moving average, breaking down, major support. And I remember I was talking to one of the senior guys there who was very seasoned. And he was buying at support. And I said, isn't that going to break down? He said, yeah, I think it's going to break down, but I think maybe it might hold for a while. I'll try to buy it. And then by the end of the day, if I'm wrong, if it breaks down, I'm getting out. What do you think? Did you think he got out? Do you think? He didn't get out. 2 days, the market went down 25%. 2 days. It wiped out everybody. In Merrill Lynch, I remember that. And what happened was that customer sued Merrill Lynch. Because at the bottom, guess what Merrill Lynch did? Liquidate him at the bottom. You know, we were so lucky. We were so lucky. When we bought the 3rd day, gap down, we bought it. And it started going down. And then the market, the Fed intervened. The market was closed. So that the futures, the cash market can catch up with the futures. And guess, lo and behold, 1 hour later, all the market just went up to the moon. So we got out. So that was pure luck because I was using the wrong instrument. I was using a futures contract. But if I was buying equities, then it would have been different. But at that time in 1987, I don't have the cash. I don't have the cash. So that's why we were trading commodities just to be able to accumulate some cash, some money for us. This is what we call the credit crisis-driven crash. Please, the red note is very important. There are 3 major crises that you should always be aware of. One is credit crisis. Second is policy-driven. And the third is political crisis. Remember that. Those are the 3 major crises that you want to be there. You want to be there. And this is what I'm going to show you. The second one, in 1989, Hong Kong, Tiananmen Square, Beijing, ran over. There was blood in the street. Hong Kong was just collapsing, 10, 20 cents to $1. 10, 20 cents or so. I was with the same chairman. We're always, when there's a crisis, we're always there trying to buy during those crises. So we also started moving in. By that time, we have a little more cash. So we were just buying equities itself. I remember I was calling my broker in Hong Kong, and he said, Mr. Lee, what are you doing? Everybody's getting out. I said, Jeremy, there is blood in the street. There is blood in the street. And you want to be there also. You need to be there. So the next one, this is in 1998. That there was an Asian financial crisis and the market was going down very, very fast. And I knew we were almost there. And guess who do I call? I always call April. And I asked April, ano bang pinakamura dyan? What is the best that had a huge disparity? And she computed, she said, sir, Petron. So I remember when we were buying it, Ayala land was 8 pesos. Clearly 8 pesos. Petron, when we were buying it, that was 2 pesos. I also remember Juanes came to me and said, boss, what are you doing? Why are you buying a falling knife? I remember, if you remember that, Juanes, he came to see, huh? He came to see me and said, boss, why are you buying this? It's a falling knife. I said, yes, I know it's a falling knife, but the disparity is just so huge. I cleared with April. I know the numbers. And mayabang pa ako. I said, let them finish me. 1 week later, wala na akong pera. Naubos ang pera ko. But Juanes was correct. Juanes was correct because Ayala land went to 4 pesos. Went another 50% down. Petron, wala na. Because I was there. I bought every shares available. Every shares available. That was one of my biggest moves. And do you see that volume when I sold it at 380? Because we sold 150 million shares that day. 150. That you can see the volume. That's us. The sad part is 1 week later it was 480. 2 weeks later it was 6 pesos. My God. But those are the beautiful things that I remember. Of course, there are a lot of sad things that we've done with that. But those are the most important time wherein you're there. You need to be there. And it was a credit crisis. But the whole Asia Pacific started in Thailand. The contagion that came in the Philippines at the time was the same. But mind you, Petron went down really to 1 peso after this. In 2001, 2002, Petron went down to 1 peso. We just got out because we know what is the disparity. We know when it's time to get out. I never knew that 480. You know what happened there? There were huge short. Huge short. There was a global hedge fund shorting the whole Asia, Southeast Asia market. So I was just lucky because they have to cover their shorts. That's the reason we went to 6 pesos. All right? So these are the things, these are the challenges that we have. The next one, same period, financial crisis. This is in Hong Kong. This is in Hong Kong. It's called mean reversion also, capitulation. Now, we were in Hong Kong since 2002, so we have a chance to be able to see the Hong Kong stocks. COL was Cole Financial. Hong Kong was born in 2002. So during the capitulation there, we can see them also. So why did we choose Sinoland? I mean, there were so many stocks to choose. Why did we choose Sinoland? And I shared this, I think, last month in a trader conference. It's because we read the disclosures also. And we can see the insiders aggressively buying back their shares. So please, if you don't know how to read the PSE Edge, you need to learn how to do it properly. And learn how to dissect it properly. And compare it with price. Because there are a lot of buybacks today that the price are on top and not at the bottom. So you need to be very careful because some of them, the insiders buys it at the bottom and now ask the corporate to buy it at now major resistance, major prices. So you need to be careful. Whenever you're reading those disclosures, you need to know the difference. You know the difference. Who is buying? If the insiders are buying, at what level are they buying? Are they buying here on top or are they buying at the bottom? You need to be able to see it. Very carefully, you need to be able to identify. Not just understanding, oh, there's a buyback, you want to buy it. It's the same. When we were seeing the buyback in Hong Kong for Sinoland, in fact, I remember, I think, where's Lawrence? I remember our trader was following me doing this mean reversion capitulation, and they were cutting it down. They were cutting the breakout. It didn't happen. They were trying to sell it, and then I told Lawrence, all the buyers that are selling, cutting losses, give it to me now. At market major bottom, no more cut loss. No more cut loss. So sure enough, went from 6 to 8 within a couple of days. Then I sold also. Then by March, did a double bottom. I bought it back at 6, and I sold it at 8 again. But of course, after that, I saw it went to the moon also. I don't really know.